Hello, General Biology. This is Experimental Design Part 2, and really we're just going to go straight to the review because we already discussed all of the other details about the Pasteur's experiment in Part 1. So this was the experiment, and now for our review. Experiments are not just one test. They're a series of two or more tests compared to each other. And in Pasteur's, that was Test 1, where they used the normal swan neck flask, Test 2, where they broke the neck and it was open to the air, and Test 3, where they used the normal swan flask, but then they tilted the broth so that it could reach the opening of the flask. They often start with a question about how two factors affect each other, and in that one, it was how does access to the air affect the growth of bacteria in broth? The independent variable is a factor the scientists change on purpose between the tests, and this is the cause the scientists want to study. In their experiment, that was the shape of the bottle, or how open or how the broth has access to the air. The dependent variable is what is being measured or observed. This may change because of the influence of the independent variable. This is the effect the scientist wants to study. So this is the growth of the bacteria. That is what they were observing or measuring as a consequence of what they were changing about the bottle. The control test is one of the tests. It's one of the tests in the experiment, and it is the baseline test done for comparison, and this lets us know if changes are actually happening. The baseline test was the bottle that they made no changes to. They did not change its access to the air in any way. They just used the bottle as is. And finally, variables held constant are all the other factors of the test the scientists make exactly the same between the tests. This lets us know if there are changes, it has to be due to the independent variable. Everything about the glass was the same. The broth was the same. They heated up all of the broths to kill any bacteria that might have been in there at the beginning. They waited the same amount of time. Everything about the experiment was the same except for how they changed how air could get into the bottle. And that was it. So, these are the parts of the experiments. I hope these help. Struggle well.